Little white boy, little white boy, little white boy wanna be an angelic little white boy against Judge Brooks Smith. And the Honorable Judge George Tookie James going into Beaver Falls right now, leaving Wampum with a great baseball player, ALEN, relatives of Ellen Ellen, while the government shake Elman Ra's head. They're forcing involuntary movements while he's driving down the road. They want to get in their KKK scams. They think they're going to use the water hose scheme now with the dogs, and now they got electric weapons. They can force involuntary movements. They can snap the neck. They can plant thoughts. They can read thoughts. They try to freeze thoughts. They want to injure the spinal cord so the dark-skinned people can't walk. This is their new KKK scam, but who's doing this? Who studies the brain, the spinal cord, and the nervous system? Who can force your body to move around like a puppet and move your hands? Who does this? The Assistant U.S. Attorney Elliot McClain said, neuroscientist. We're gonna make a stage play at your ass. Call it neuroscientist. Everybody in Africa laugh at the bitch-ass white boy that's in Judge Brooks Smith case. John Hootie said there's some bitch-ass white boys like that DICK up their ass boys. They want same-sex marriage. They want to regulate sport betting. They want to regulate marijuana. The DEA agent told John Guzman, we're going into Pittsburgh. We're not looking for marijuana. We're not looking for cocaine. We're looking for niggas with guns. Niggas with guns. And we want to get some of that baking soda vitamin C in B12. They call it swell in New York. They call it blow up in the Burgh. Ain't you heard Pittsburgh got the flavor in the Burgh? We're gonna write a song about the white boy. Forcing one day movement, snapping his neck, snapping his spinal cord. What are you doing? Little white boy said we gotta put a DICK up our ass because that's what we love while we snapping people's neck and reading and looking down into their home. We can see the dope coming in from the airplanes and the ships and the trucks. But we can't stop them because that'll cut the money out and it'll cut jobs out for the white boy chasing the drug dealer. We got to have the drugs, then we got to have the drug dealer. Without one, it can't be the other. John Hootie said that's their plan. Assistant U.S. Attorney McClain said they want to try to set up Raymond Scales, the East West Coast Cartel, mob bosses of bosses, PitPASmoothCriminal.net, 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 also known as the Pittsburgh Drug Lord Plot.net, also known as the Pittsburgh Drug Lord Plot. Raymond Scales working with the DEA, bringing them into Aliquippa. First, to let them see the house of Jackie the Ripper, Jack the Ripper, Jackie the Ripper. Raymond Scales said, this is like Jackie the Ripper. I am the holy riddler for Allah, you Akbar. On College Hill in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, right down from Geneva College, when the Geneva Bible was sent here after the 1500s, then they brought back the King James so they could read it and get misconstrued. Now they got a device they can press on your leg, increase the speed in your car, cause accident, insurance company come and they say, what happened? We all gonna get paid on this. They start blowing up buildings and then they just blow them up so they can rebuild them, so they can give the contract to the white boys. And that's how they get their money. They move to foreign country and they got all them papers and everybody in America got the vapors and nobody says anything because it's just a scam and a scheme. But you can't trick the Third Circuit Court of Appeals with three bogus motions. Either they couldn't read them or they set your dumb ass up John Hootie said they're not going to stop forcing fatigue, closing your eyes, causing your car to wreck. They want to see a crash. Airplane, boom, hit the bottom of the ocean, boom, splattered in the fish, from the KKK new plot scam. They call it neuroscientists, NSA, military boys, blowing a building so they can get a kickback and get that money. John Hootie said this is their plan. Every time you hear the whiteys talk, there's a cover. They got a cover for something else because they like putting that DICK up their booties. They like same-sex marriage because they love that DICK in their mouth. I said, Mr. Hootie, is that what they like? That's what they love.